Welcome back everyone to Ways and Trails. My name is Chris, and today I want to talk about my favorite piece of outdoor tech, the Garmin InReach Mini satellite messenger. Now, if you go out into the backcountry, out in the ocean, or places generally far away from people, you're going to run into a situation that you don't have any type of communication. We currently rely on cell phones, and those work great, but as the name implies, signals are often contained to one individual cell area. So this is where I think the Garmin InReach Mini comes in. It's a satellite messenger. You pair this device with your phone via Bluetooth, and it acts like a modem to send text messages or emails through satellites to the recipient. So that could be as simple as a text message or something as an email. It doesn't make any phone calls. It is strictly more or less a modem for your phone. There's a whole host of other features that this device includes. Tracking, making little breadcrumbs that you can go ahead and send to recipients so they can keep track of you. It includes an app that has a topographical map on that. That said, all that stuff is ancillary. What this does well is act as a modem for your cell phone. All that other stuff, I wouldn't rely on it. The base map for that app is weak at best. I rely on something called OnX, which shows property lines, deer zones and whatnot. I really like that app. The basic app here, it's not the greatest, but like I said, what this focuses on is being a satellite messenger. You go ahead and connect to your phone, send text messages, send emails. The device itself is extremely small. You can see it's about 2 inches by 4 inches. Very simple. It's 5 buttons, more or less. An up and down button on the side, an OK button, a back button, and the SOS button, which you need to go ahead and pull it open as such, press and hold, and it's going to count down to see if you actually want to go ahead and send that SOS. And then there's a little charge port here. Waterproof to IPX7, so you can use it in any type of rain conditions, drop it in the stream, pick it up really quick, it should be good to go. It's really robust, it feels very solid in the hand. Battery life is decent. I don't use the tracking. For me, that doesn't serve any benefit. I just go ahead and just use landmarks. I never really find the need to use any kind of tracking, so I haven't used the tracking. It does give little breadcrumbs. You can actually send those on automated tracking intervals to someone else, but that takes up one of the texts that you would send. So it's a cost to the tracking. Like I said, I don't use the tracking. I stayed in trails and I learned how to use landmarks. So someone might be interested in that. What I do like, one of the secondary features for this is weather. You can go ahead and plan a multi-day backpack or hunt or be out in the ocean, and things change. You set the weather, you check the weather before you go out there, and then 2 or 3 days in, the weather's changing because our computer modeling is only so good. So I do like the weather. That said, this does require a subscription. Currently, there's 3 subscription plans. First one is called Safety. It's 10 messages, and 8 messages. Over that is 50 cents. Weather is $1. Premium weather is $1, and that's about $15 per month. There's the recreational, or what's called recreation plan. That is 40 messages, $1 for premium weather, and then that's about $25 a month, and 50-cent overages for any additional messages. And then there's the expedition plan, which is unlimited, but $1 for premium weather as well. And that's about $50 a month. Those plans do offer month to month or a year contract, and you can go ahead and switch plans as needed without any additional charges. So that's kind of nice. You can go ahead and switch and go back and forth. So for example, if you're going to be in the off season, go down to the Safety plan. If you decide, hey, listen, I got a big trip coming up and I don't want to worry about my messages, increase it to the expedition plan for that month. For example, if you're going out backpacking, the PCT or something like that, or some other long multi-day journey. The one thing I absolutely do not like about this device, and that can be fixed with a simple, some simple oil, but that's my only complaint. It's just when I have it hanging on my pack for hours and miles in, just hearing that. I think it's a great device. Now, there's a school of thought out there, it's kind of prevalent, more or less with the outdoor survivalists, that you shouldn't need to go ahead and rely on anyone for any type of self-rescue. You should only be solely reliant on yourself. I'm not of that school of thought. I'm not here to argue the merits for or against that, but for me, I like having the ability to reach out and get some trained professionals with resources that I do not have in the field. I'm courting my wife. She says I'm accident prone, I don't know, but I like having the insurance. I like knowing that my responsibility of coming home and being there for my family, I have a little extra insurance policy should I need it. I use it primarily to keep in contact with others, whether it be getting hunting tips from friends or reaching out to, let's say, an outfitter. Let's say I go ahead and next season I'm out there solo again and I take down a deer, to go ahead and reach out to an outfitter to meet me and help me carry out that meet so I don't have to do it myself. In addition, you can maybe, if you want, keep in contact with your spouse so they can ask you where you are every 2 seconds. Anywho, it's a good little device. When I bought it, it was about $300. Now it's come down from $350 to right around $320. You can find it usually on sale under $300. Just around the holidays, well, Black Friday was about $270. The full-size Garmin InReach that has everything that you need, that you wouldn't need to pair this with your phone, is about $50 more. So give and take, most people carry phones into the field. I do too. So I can have a camera or something quick. And if you're more of a minimalist, you don't want to carry the phone, you don't want to rely on that device, you can go ahead and buy the full-size InReach. That said, this one, the Garmin InReach Mini, will send text messages without a phone, except you would have to go and use the up and down arrows to find the characters you want in that message. So that can get some time consuming. But like I said, I carry a phone into the field and I think this is a good add-on. It provides contact with the outside world should you need it, should you find yourself in a situation, or maybe you found someone else that needs help and doesn't have the ability to go ahead and contact, and you can provide that assistance. If you do use the SOS, those are free of charge, those messages back and forth with a 24/7 kind of dispatch. Like I said, those are free of charge, and it won't count against your subscription plan. Should you ever find yourself needing that, hopefully you don't. The battery life, like I said, 10-minute tracking intervals, lasts about 50 hours. Like I said, I don't do the tracking. I do strictly just connected to the satellites and allow that to go ahead and keep track and send messages back and forth. And I found that to last about 5-6 days to like 3/4 of a charge. It charges by micro USB, so anything that you can use to charge a cell phone, whether it be a solar panel or a battery pack, you can go ahead and charge it with this. Now, the device also can connect to other Garmin devices. You can use this to connect to, for example, one of the Garmin smartwatches, or should you have a Garmin unit on your boat, this will go ahead and connect to that Garmin unit on the boat. So you have multiple device connectivity, which is kind of common these days with any type of modern electronics, so that's good. Like I said, 3.5 ounces. It's super light, super small, and should you ever need it, priceless, I think. I think this would be absolutely priceless to be out in the field. It comes in 2 options of colors, a full black or full orange, and you can see I have the orange here. We're gonna go outside and see how long it takes to go ahead and send a message. So it's not connected to the satellites. I'm gonna power it on. We're gonna do a countdown on how long it takes to connect to the satellites, and then we're gonna go ahead and send a message to myself to see how long that takes. And we're gonna have it in real time with a little counter in the bottom of the screen. Let's go outside. All right, you can see the device up, down, and then power charge, has the OK button, it has the back button, SOS button, and the power button on top. So we're gonna go ahead and power this on. These little screens with Garmin. It tells you that you need a subscription. Always test your device. We'll see how long it takes to get satellite. Scroll through the menu. Waiting for GPS. So, location, the speed, we'll give it. Now, I've used it in the mountains, I've used it in the woods, out in the ocean. I haven't used it in the dense forest or anything like a canyon. So it's pretty quick in signal acquisition. I'll say anywhere from 15 seconds to about 40 seconds. Obviously, the more clear of the sky that you have, the quicker the signal acquisition is going to be. But it's not as quick as a cell phone, but it's not painfully slow either. Behind me I have the house, so that obviously knocks out a part of the sky for the antenna, but see how long it takes. All right, so we got our signal done. We're gonna go ahead and do it now is send a message and do a countdown for the message. Had to go and check for new messages, so we're going to send that message in 3, 2, 1, start the clock. And that came through. So not too shabby, pretty quick to go through a satellite, through that system and send to the phone. All right, let's go inside because we're getting rained on. So the Garmin InReach Mini, 3.5 ounces, 4 inches by 2 inches, up to 20 days of standby runtime. Hey, Arrow. Okay. Yes. Your bed's over there. Okay. All right. We'll be back soon. Okay, that's the Garmin InReach Mini. I think it's invaluable. 3.5 ounces, 4 inches by 2 inches. I don't go anywhere without this. I mean, I take it with me every day, including in my laptop bag to work. Hopefully, I'll never need it, and if I do, I know it's going to work, and I know help is going to be just on the other side of that message, and they're going to be able to respond to my exact location because of this device. So, if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Click over here to see more, and I'll see you guys next time.